you lose a piece of your soul? My husband, a pediatric nurse of 19 years, came home at dawn and went straight to our bedroom closet. I heard metal clinking, and when I went to check on him, I found him cutting up his scrubs with scissors. He was destroying everything with the hospital logo on it. His excellence pins, his NICU certification badge, even the photo of him holding the premature triplets he'd helped save. It took me 2 hours of sitting with him on our bedroom floor before he could speak. 3 nights ago, his unit had received 4 sets of premature twins within 2 hours. The NICU only had capacity for 12 babies. They already had 10. But the administrator, Mr. Pinkett, had accepted all 4 sets anyway. 8 more babies, only 2 spots. My husband had explained they didn't have enough ventilators. Mr. Pinkett's response was sharp. Good nurses find solutions. Work smarter, not harder. The first set of twins were born at 26 weeks. Their lungs were like paper. Both needed ventilators immediately. The second set came minutes later, 24 weeks, even more fragile. Then the third and fourth sets arrived. My husband counted the ventilators again. 8 babies who couldn't breathe alone, 6 available machines. He ran to Pinkett's office and begged for emergency transfers to other hospitals. Pinkett laughed at him. You think I'm turning away paying customers? Their insurance already approved us? Make it work. My husband explained that babies would die without enough ventilators. Pinkett leaned back in his leather chair. That's why I hired experienced nurses to handle challenges. My husband had to make an impossible choice. He paired the strongest twin from each set with the weakest. 4 ventilators for 8 babies. He and another nurse would have to manually bag breathe for the other 4. Every squeeze of the bag pushed air into tiny lungs. Stop squeezing, they stop breathing. No breaks, no pauses, not even to scratch your nose. For 12 hours straight, my husband manually breathed for baby girl Piper, 24 weeks old, 1 pound and 3 ounces. Her twin brother was on the ventilator beside her. My husband's hands cramped and shook, but he kept squeezing. The rhythm became everything. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Her tiny chest rose and fell with his movements. The other nurse, Janet, was bagging baby boy Josh. His twin sister had the ventilator. Janet had been a nurse for 30 years, but I could see her struggling. My husband watched her hands slow down when exhaustion hit. He'd call out to keep her rhythm steady. They couldn't stop. These babies' hearts beat only because their hands kept moving. At shift change, everything fell apart. The day nurse coming in was new, only 2 months in NICU. She'd never manually ventilated for more than minutes. My husband tried to explain the rhythm while still bagging. The precise pressure needed. Too hard and you damage the lungs. Too soft and they don't get enough air. The new nurse's hands were shaking before she even took over. My husband had to let go and trust her. He'd been breathing for baby Piper for 12 hours. His replacement took a bag. Within minutes, my husband heard the alarms. The new nurse was squeezing too fast, panicking. Baby Piper's oxygen levels dropped, then her heart rate. My husband rushed back, but it was too late. Time of death was 7:23 a.m. 1 pound, 3 ounces, 12 hours old. The worst part was walking past Mr. Pinkett's office afterward. He was on the phone bragging about their admission numbers. 8 more premies last night. That's $500,000 in billing right there. He saw my husband in the hallway and gave him a thumbs up, like he'd done something good. Like baby Piper hadn't died for his profit margins. My husband had to tell the Piper family. The mother was still recovering from her emergency C-section. She asked if her daughter had suffered. My husband lied and said no, but he knew those last minutes of incorrect ventilation had been agony. The baby had been aware. She'd fought to breathe. Her tiny fingers had clenched and unclenched, looking for comfort that never came. That evening, Mr. Pinkett sent an email to all staff. Great job managing resources last night. This is the kind of creative problem solving that makes us leaders in neonatal care. He announced they'd be accepting even more transfers. The board was impressed with the revenue increase. My husband threw up in the staff bathroom. After my husband finished cutting up his scrubs, he showed me something on his phone. 3 weeks ago, he'd started recording conversations with Pinkett. He knew something like this would happen. He had Pinkett on tape saying, some babies aren't meant to make it. We just bill insurance either way. He had him admitting they could buy more ventilators but chose not to. Why buy equipment that sits empty half the time? I spent yesterday making copies of everything. The recordings, the emails, the admission records showing overcapacity. My husband was done being quiet, done letting Pinkett play God with babies' lives for money. This morning, I drove to the hospital and waited for Pinkett in the parking garage. I told him my husband had been recording him for weeks. I showed him my phone with the files ready to send. His face went from smug to terrified in seconds. Full story on channel, linked below.